Alright folks, thanks for tuning in today for another quick video. Hopefully, if you spend any time outdoors like I do, maybe you just like to go out and practice survival skills, bushcraft skills, maybe you're playing with knives, axes, saws, or maybe you're just out in the backcountry and again you're cutting something and you cut yourself. Well, you cut yourself deep enough or bad enough to where you probably need some stitches. Well, obviously if you're out in the backcountry, you're not going to have medical care close by. But what if there's a product that's much better than steri strips, a whole lot less invasive than trying to stitch up yourself, which I don't recommend at all. I've said in previous videos, do not try to stitch up yourself, folks. First of all, it's not as easy as what they say in the videos that you might see on YouTube or whatever. Second of all, that takes a trained medical professional. I digress. So what if there's a product out there that it's less invasive, that'll do all this for you, that is available to you as a civilian on the market right now? This product is called the ZIPSTITCH by a company called Zipline Medical. Let's take a look at it. You're watching Skills to Survive. Okay folks, welcome back down here in the man cave to get out of the wind out there. And so like I said before, this is a new product. Well, it's not new, it's new to the civilian market. This is from a company called Zipline Medical. And Zipline Medical has been around for a few years, and they've developed this stitching process called the ZIPSTITCH. Now, just by looking at this is inside the package here. It looks like very similar to an occlusive dressing and a steri strip combined. But you'll see what it incorporates is these little like zip tie things. So in essence what this does is you put this across your wound and it works like stitches. And as you can see here, there's a knee replacement there. And it's a non-invasive procedure. Now they've been using this in the OR, the operating room, for several years, using it for back surgeries, knee replacement surgeries and stuff like that, because your typical sutures, again, they're a little bit more invasive, and sutures, especially if you put it on a knee, like you can kind of tell right here, you put it on a knee, obviously your knee bends, right? So sutures can tend to bust. And the good thing with these zip stitches is they give, and you can retighten them and whatnot. So again, I'm a big advocate of not suturing yourself up in the woods. I've said this many times. I'm not going to beat a dead horse over it, but the fact remains that don't suture yourself up in the woods. However, let's say you're out in the backcountry again, you get cut, fairly decent cut, and you've stopped the bleeding, you've washed the wound. The first thing is obviously stop the bleeding, clean the wound really well, and now you've determined that you probably could actually use a couple of sutures or whatnot. But again, you're out in the backcountry, so you don't have access to sutures. So this is definitely a good little product to put in your kit. Now it tells you right on here how to use it. It's very simple. Obviously, you're going to clean the wound, you're going to remove it, press it, put it on your wound and start pulling the wound closed. Very cool product. Now the adhesive on here will stay on here for about 10 days. So which is about generally your healing time for a typical sutured up wound is about 7 to 10 days. So after about 7 to 10 days you're it'll be ready to peel off. And these pictures are not going to show up very well on this video camera, unfortunately, but here's try to show you here. Here's one that you remove. Just go right there, and I'm sorry if some of these are kind of gross, but that's just fact of life, right? So that's a knee replacement. Like I said, they've done these for back surgeries, knees, and whatnot, and they've been using them for several years, but they recently got it cleared through the FDA to offer this to the civilian market. So yes, this is available to civilians without a prescription, so you can go and purchase these. For right now, they only come in this size, which is, I believe it's like 2.5 inches, I believe, if I'm not sure. 2 inches. So right now they only come in this size to civilians, the 2-inch size, but you can buy several and put them together. I've already put these in my my particular kits that I take out into the woods. So I've definitely incorporated these already into my systems and my kits. Now again, this is not going to be for your everyday, you know, just a small little scratch or whatnot. This is going to be for something that you possibly need to, you know, have some stitches and suture up and whatnot. But as far as cost wise, let's say you go to the hospital and need some stitches, and let's see if I can find their cost analysis. If I can find it, I'll probably post a picture up on the screen for their cost. But the cost versus typical sutures are just, it's crazy how cheap these are compared to your sutures. Now again, you know, you can cut it for shorter incisions. You can combine several for longer incisions. So these are very cool, and I've talked to the company, and I really like what they're doing. Because they got some feedback from a lot of other people that said these, you know, kind of need to go to the civilian market and whatnot. And so yeah, they had to go back to the FDA to get a clearance. So yes, this is FDA cleared. Folks in the United States, it is FDA cleared, again, for civilian use. So anyway, I've kind of rambled on enough, but go check them out. Zipline Medical, it's called the ZIPSTITCH. I'll leave a link down below where you can pick these up. Now these aren't very cheap, but they're not expensive either. I think they're around $20 or so right now at the time of this video. So $20 I don't think is a bad investment for something that goes in your trauma kit, you know, that's going to save you from having to go to the hospital if you choose that route or whatnot, or if you're in the backcountry and can't get to a hospital. Obviously you should always seek medical treatment before anything, but I understand that there are times to where you can't. So anyway, check these out, folks. I'm not getting paid to endorse this or whatnot. I think it's a really neat product, and obviously I haven't cut myself deep enough yet to to try this on myself. But I have seen some videos of this in use, and it does work really well. I'm very impressed with it. So definitely go check them out. I would definitely get 1 or 2 for your kit. You know, put them in your trauma kits or something. I mean, these weigh absolutely nothing, obviously, and come in a sterile package, and you can get this in any kit, just about any kit, all the way down to your smallest kit. You can put, you know, one of these in there. So anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Always remember your PPE. Plan, prepare, and exercise. Get outdoors. Get trained. Get a kit. Yeah, and thanks for watching. I'll see you on another video real soon.